Okay, guys, so we are going to move on to C. We have done A and B already. So C, we have barium hydroxide is neutralized by adding hydrochloric acid. Okay, so let's go through it. We have barium hydroxide, so this is C. Make sure I write it in the right place. I have Ba, which is barium. Hydroxide is a polyatomic ion, so you guys should realize that that is OH. And we are adding to it hydrochloric acid. They give you the formula, so that is HCl. Now, we need to predict products and decide what type of reaction we have going on here. If you take a look really closely, I'm hoping that you guys recognize that you have two things that are like charges that are going to swap places. So that's going to make it a double replacement reaction. So if you take a look, you have barium and hydrogen, which are both positive. So those are the ones that are going to swap places. So that means you're going to end up with barium chloride. You're going to end up with barium chloride. And then you're going to end up with water. Now, remember in double replacement reactions, I told you guys to write it as HOH. Hopefully you guys remembered that. If you didn't, you could still write it as H2O. It'll just be a little bit more fun to balance. That's all. Okay? Now, let's get into making sure that our formulas are written correctly. Barium is going to be an alkaline earth metal. That means that the charge is going to be +2. Hydroxide, if you take a look at your polyatomic ion sheet, is going to be -1. Hydrochloric acid, hydrogen is going to be +1. And then we have chlorine is a halogen. It's going to be -1. Same thing, barium's change doesn't change because it's on the other side. Same thing with chlorine. And now we have hydrogen, which is +1. And then hydroxide, once again, that is -1. Okay? So now what we need to do is we need to cross numbers and make sure our formulas are written correctly. So it is +2 for barium. That means that I need, excuse me, 2 hydroxides to balance it out. HCl is cool, +1, -1. Barium chloride, same situation. I need 2 chlorines to balance out barium. Please remember, it is not a polyatomic ion. That's why I did not put parentheses around it. And then, of course, we have hydrogen and we have hydroxide, and those are absolutely correct. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of these charges because I don't need them anymore. And then let's go through the rest of the equation. Okay. So now we have our equation that is written properly. And now we need to balance that equation. Right. So let's do it. Let's take a look at our problem children. Our problem children right now are going to be hydroxide and chlorine. So on this side, I have 2 chlorine. I only have 1 on this side. So I'm going to put a 2 here. Hopefully that will solve some of our problems. Now I have 2 hydrogen over here. I only have 1 over here. I need to put a 2 here. And then we just need to check our other problem child, which is hydroxide. And now I have 2 here. And now because of this coefficient, I have 2 here. That is your balanced equation for a reaction between barium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. So hopefully that was helpful.